Hi everybody, I am going to discuss the basic concept of class and object in C++ and the difference between class and object. First of all, we have to know what is object. Because object-oriented programming is based on objects. First of all, we have to know object. Object is an encapsulation of data along with functions and that act upon data. It is an encapsulation of data along with functions that act upon the data. So every object consists of three main components. One is name. Every object consists of these three parts. Number one is name. The variable name we give it, member data, the data that describe the object, and the function member, that is behavior aspect of the objects. Function related to the object itself. So these are the three main concept an object consists of. Class is the blueprint of object. Class is the blueprint of Another class. Class is the blueprint for object. A class is user-defined type that describe what a certain type of object will look like. A class description consists of declaration and the definition. Usually, these species are split into separate files. An object is an instance of the class. Once you create a class, you can create many objects. The object is the variable of the class. You can create many objects from the same class type. A class descriptions consist of declaration and definitions. So these are the definition of class and objects. Now these are the design concept, that is declaration, define and use. Before I'm going to discuss class and object, these are the very important concept we need to remember. First of all, declare. A declaration gives an interface. It's provided interface. A variable declaration gives an types. Suppose I have declared integer a variable, that is integer type. A function declaration tells how it is used, how to use it. The function, suppose I have to declare say void calculation, then we have to declare the name, parameters, the return type, and the name, return type, and parameters. A function declaration tells how to use it without bothering how it works. Class declaration shows what an object will look like. What is available functions are, and again implementation details are not needed here. So declaration is only for showing what an object will look like. These are the declaration part. So when we declare a class, we have to provide the class name. Suppose name of the class is calculator, and this is the interface of the class. We need to declare the data member and function member. So this is the declaration part. First of all, we have to declare before we need to define the data, function, and class. Then one is definition part. The definition usually consists of implementation details. The concept of implementation detail. This part does not need to be seen by the user of the interface. And the function definition is the code that makes a function work. It's used for implementation. So it consists of code that makes a function works. A class definition consists of definition of its members, and a class define the members definitions, and the class definition consists of members. So this is the first part, declaration. Second part is definition, and now the use of the class or data or function. The use of an item through its interface. The user of an executable program uses a graphics interface, keyboard, and mouse. The user of the function is the programmer who makes calls up to the function without implementation detail. And the user of the class is also programmer who use the class by creating objects and calling the available functions. So these are the three important things that we have to remember it for the designing of any program like object-oriented programming or any structure-oriented programming. Now the difference between class and object. What is class and what is object? Class basically is the mechanism of binding data members and associated method in a single unit. Objects are the instance of the class or variable of the class. Second one is existence. Class is logical existence and object is physical existence. Next one is memory allocation. This is a vital point. Memory space is not allocated in the class when it is created. Memory space is allocated when it is created. And the fourth point is declaration and definition. Definition is created once. Definition is created once, and in object, it is created many times as we require. Many times as is required. So this is the basic concept of class and object. Now let us consider the program. The program. This program shows us the basic concept of class and object. This is the object-oriented programming. Here C++, the header file is iostream.h and the conio.h for console-oriented header file. Here class is the keyword. The class is a keyword and the name of the class is calculator. So this is the declaration part, which consists of private member, and this is the data member declaration, and this is the function member declaration, as well as to define here. So there are two data member P and Q, and the function member addition, subtraction, and display. These are the three function members. Addition used to take two parameters x and y, and it is to add two numbers. These are the instruction. This is the implementation part. Definition is the implementation part, and it return a value of p. Similarly, subtraction consists of two parameters x and y. The declaration and definition is the instruction to operate q equal to x minus 1 and return q. And again, display consists of parameters and the cout part. So this is the actual definition of the class. This is the class declaration, and these are the definition of data member and the function member, and this is the declaration end of the declaration of the class. Once it's created, now we can create the objects. Class is the logical structure. This is the logical structure. This is the blueprint for creating the objects. Now the object is created. When we create the objects, this is the variable that is the instance of the class. This is the aim is the object here. A calculator is the class name. Class is the logical structure and it is the physical structure. So aim is the reality. Now we can use the members with the help of objects. So aim dot addition, then we can call the addition function, and aim dot calculation, aim dot subtraction we can call subtraction function, and aim dot display we call display function. And the data member of the class can be accessed through the functions which are defined in the public area. So this is the concept of class and object. So class is the structure. Class is the user defined structure that consists of data and function into a single unit. This is the single unit. This is the block of code. This is the starting block and this is the end of the block, which is semicolon. So single unit. This is a single unit. Combination of data and function into a single unit. And a object is the instance of the class. Once you can create a class, you can create many objects. So this is the concept of class and object. Thank you very much for watching this video. Share and subscribe it. Thank you.